Hey guys, back at it with another video in Romans chapter 8. Today we're going to be in verses 6 through 8. Verse 6 starts off by saying, For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. This is very true in our own lives. Whenever we are focusing on being spiritually minded, whenever we set our minds on God, set our minds on the things of God, we get, whenever we kind of think about the fact that the creator of the universe loves me, cares for me, has a plan for me, it's going to watch out for me. Whenever we really consider things like that, it gives us a peace that really gives us life. Like whenever we have the peace from all the anxiety, the stress, the fear that we all experience, no matter what your background might be, whenever we get the peace from that, it gives us the ability to live life to the fullest. We can live life way better than we ever would having to experience that anxiety and that stress all the time. So being carnally minded, having your mind full of, sin, just the things that are on earth, like stress, being worried and anxious, brings death into our lives. Whenever we are giving that to God, whenever our mind is focused on God, it gives us life and peace. Then goes on to say, for the carnal mind is enmity against God. It is not subject to the law of God, nor indeed can be. Whenever we are being carnally minded, whenever our mind is set on things of the world, set on carnal things, whenever we have these desires that we let play around in our mind, it stands in direct opposition to what God has for us. It is not subject to the law of God. It's not going to, listen to what God has told us to do, because it stands, like I was saying, in direct opposition to it. So we need to make sure that we are, renewing our mind, focusing on the things of God, and not just letting our desires control us. It then goes on to say that, those that are in the flesh cannot please God. That's verse 8. The sad reality of it is that if you are in the flesh, if you have not been saved by God, if you don't have the Holy Spirit and you are just acting out in your flesh, you can try as hard as you want, but it's not going to be pleasing to God. We see the Pharisees in the New Testament, by human standards, they were living super righteously, they were doing everything right. However, it ultimately is a reflection of the heart. Even though they were kind of, forcing good actions out of their lives because they're in the flesh, it was not pleasing to God. We need our actions to be an overflow of that spiritual mind, an overflow of what God has done for us, that causes us to go and act out in the Spirit. Hopefully that made sense. That was kind of a lot. That's all I got for you guys today. Just focus on, then once again, think about what you're thinking about. That's all. See you guys next time.